Hello everybody. I'm getting lots of emails asking me the same questions again and again and again, and I have been replying to them, but it's getting tedious now, replying to the same old questions, so I've decided that I'm going to make a video and answer as many of the common questions I get as I can, and hopefully that way I won't have to keep explaining to people. So, what's it like to own a Pulse Adrenaline? Well, buying one, it's cost me about 1,400 quid for this one. This is the version 1 type thing, which has got a drum brake on the rear and has standard light bulbs. The tail light on this bike does go regularly and it's really irritating. The new version, which came out only probably a year after mine came out, so probably 2008 I think it came out, has a disc brake on the back and LED lights. Although I'm led to believe that the first one was better than the second one, but I don't know why. Next thing I've been asked a lot about is insurance. How much is insurance? My first year's insurance, paying monthly, so you pay quite a bit of interest and stuff on top of it. It was about 700 quid. But this is my 4th year of insurance. I have 3 years no claims, so I'm now paying £300 with legal cover. That's fully comp. So it's not so bad, but that isn't that cheap really. But then I'm not on a full licence, so I guess we can expect that. So that's the cost of the bike, insurance. What else have I been asked? Reliability. Is it reliable? Well, I've done now 30,830 kilometres, whatever that is in miles, for about 20,000 miles, and I have never ever had it break down on me to the point that I couldn't get home, apart from one occasion, which was about 12,000 miles after I bought it. Something went wrong with the clutch and I ended up having to actually buy a new engine. Now you're going to say, what? Buy a new engine just because of a clutch? Yeah. Basically, the pin that actuates the clutch that goes through the centre of the engine seized for some reason during the clutch failure, and to sort that out, it was going to end up meaning splitting the engine, getting the gaskets, and it was going to cost so much in labour that it was actually cheaper for me to just buy a new engine, which is what I did, which incidentally at the time was about 400 quid. But since then, as I say, I've done, well, I don't know, I haven't done 12,000 miles, I've done 12,000 kilometres, of course, because I used to think this was done in miles, but it's not. And I've just come into an industrial estate, which I can't get through, and the security guard's there, so I can't jump down the pavement. Whoops! Yeah, it's a shortcut. Anyway, but yeah, that's the only one thing, and that turns out that I've looked into it, no one else has had that fault. So would it would appear that because I had one of the early bikes, I had a bit of a dodgy engine, and it was just bad luck, basically. So is it reliable? Yes, it is reliable. I've had that one thing happen, which is pretty major, would put most people off, but I've come to realise that it was very unusual. No one else has had that problem. So it was bad luck. But other than that, what's gone wrong? Nothing really. Had a few electrical problems. That's one thing it does get. It gets electrical problems every now and then, but they're normally due to a wire corroding. In which case you just have to pare it back a bit further and resolder it, or replace the piece of cable. It's no big deal if you can solder. The worst one with that was the horn. It just kept going, and it's because the cable was dying. It was just slowly degrading all the way up through the cable. So, reliable? Yes. Cheap? Yes. Insurance? Relatively cheap. Fuel costs? Well, I did a trip to Selsey and back. I ended up doing about 82 miles to a gallon, and I was flat out for most of the 18 miles of that was on a dual carriageway, so that would have eaten the fuel up, but no, 82 to the gallon still, so it's pretty good. Anything else? Parts availability can be a problem. If it's not in the country, you ain't going to get it, so you got to wait. And if it's something important, well, then you're in up shit creek. It's getting better though. Since these bikes are becoming much more popular, obviously people are stocking them. There's now 2 companies I know of that get parts from. But yeah, it can be a pain. But that's what happens when you're an import. What else? Wear and tear, I suppose. The sprockets that you buy for these bikes don't last all that long. I don't know, a few thousand miles. I replace my sprockets about once a year. Both sprockets and the chain. It must all be done at the same time. If you buy yourself a new chain, you put it on old sprockets. Hang on. No, that's not for me, that was an ambulance. Yeah, if you buy a new chain and put it on old sprockets, you're going to knacker the chain really, really quickly. The same as if you put an old chain on new sprockets, you're going to do the same. So you must buy new all round, I'm afraid. But yeah, I have looked into seeing if there was other companies that make sprockets that might have a bit more longevity to them, but it would appear that it's going to end up costing so much more that you might as well just get the standard ones and replace them. Any problems other than that I've had? I have a rattle, an annoying rattle. You might be able to hear it. It's at certain RPMs. I will try and cause it if I can. I'll have to drop a gear to do this. There you go. You hear it? You hear that? Now that rattle is a forward bastard. It gets on my nerves so much. See, he's kicking in now. It's only at just the right RPM and makes something on this bike vibrate. And do you think I can find it? I've stripped the thing and I still can't find it. There is questions about to do whether it's the cam chains becoming loose. But I don't actually think it's coming from there. I'm sure it's something else, but I can't find it and it's doing my nutting. I've tried so many different methods of trying to find exactly where this vibration's coming from. But, oh well, not the end of the world. That's quite a nice skyline. Yeah, so basically I hope that answers most of the questions you want to know about. If you're thinking about getting one of these, my advice would be, if you aren't very good with spanners and a little bit of general maintenance, then probably worth your while spending the extra money on something like a Yamaha. It'll be a lot more boring unless you get one of the better ones, but you won't have to deal with so much rubbish, I wouldn't have thought. But if you can use spanners, and you can do a bit of maintenance yourself, it's just a bit of fun. Adds to the fun of having the bike. You have to keep things running. It's like an Alfa Romeo in that way. For the whole time that it's running, it's amazing. But that's only for a short amount of time between trouble. That's not true at all. I don't have that much trouble with this bike at all. It's just every now and then there's a thing here or a thing there. But normally it's a tool fix rather than a money fix, if you see what I mean. But anyway, so I hope that answers your questions. Oh, I should add, people have asked me about modifications. What modifications should I make? The only modification I've made to this bike is I have a extra tooth on the front sprocket, just so it's not working the engine, not over revving it, just to get off the freaking mark. Oh no! I hate the lights. These are stupid lights. Yeah, sure, fatty. Boom, 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 boom. What else have I done? Handlebars new, but that was due to a crash. Though I didn't like the original ones much. What else? The exhaust. The original exhaust rusts like a bastard. So if you go on a stainless steel version like I did off eBay, not only is it cheaper, it's better, it sounds better, and it will last a lot longer. So that's you should be aware of. Before shit on the road. Anything else? No, that's it. Okay, I'll go again. Bye. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, you stupid fucking van. What? What? What are you... What the fuck did you just... Were you even aware that I was behind you? What's a knob end? Fucking lucky I overtook him. He was going to reverse straight into me. Should have taken my own advice. Don't go so close to the back of the van. That's why you shouldn't go so close to the back of the van, because he didn't look. Then I nipped up behind him. Then I was hidden, and then he wanted to murder me by reversing over my body and killing me by squishing my head, and my brains will come out of my nose and my ears. So that's why you don't go behind white vans.